Okay, looks like audio should be capturing. And forgive my screen shenanigans. Hello everyone! Let's see where I left off last time. Okay. I'm in Blosk. What was I doing in Blosk? Possibly talking to Sabrina. Excuse me. I apologize for the somewhat longer wait at the start of this episode. I had a coughing fit right when I was about to start streaming. Only mostly over it. All because I got startled by a cat while I was drinking tea. So, Sabrina has been on adventures involving a drake. I could have Sabrina join my party if I had a space for her. Alright, I could use a band of fellow fighters, but I suspect my skill far exceeds yours. No offense. I'll tell you what, you kill the Gap Drake in the pit west of Fort Remote, and I'll join you. We've slain it, but we don't need another member for our group right now. Alright then, but should you ever need a priestess of the highest skill, remember me. She resumes her drinking. Right then. So yeah, I think that my skill might in fact eclipse hers now that I have slain the drake that gave her group so much trouble. And if you hear any background rustling, that's just Theo being a nuisance. Alright, I remember now that I recently went through the Crypt of Drath, got the last piece of Demon Slayer, got that reforged. This weapon has some sort of strange, mysterious ability. You can't quite figure out what it is. Extra damage to demons is what it is. Theo, what are you doing back there? The joys of having a kitten, he has to investigate all the things. So I'm not entirely sure why I'm still holding on to the obsidian spear, possibly because it's a one-handed weapon and I could equip a shield with it. Oh heck. Pardon me folks, I will be back momentarily. And I'm back. Feline mischief has been thwarted for the moment. Theo is able to get himself up on top of the screen I use to muffle sound for recording, and I have to help him down just to make sure he doesn't knock the whole thing over. So I checked, and the drakeskin armor doesn't actually specify if it's got any elemental resistances. It's just pretty good leather armor. But the shadow leather does not come with the 8% attack penalty, despite otherwise having the same stats. So there's that. Oh, right, Gymnastics Mind Crystal. That should probably go on either Githa or Jay. Githa does have the higher base dex. Nimbleness in combat is a great advantage. This skill makes you a leaping, spinning, fighting machine. Gymnastics skill makes you harder to hit and helps you act faster in combat. Actually, that may be a little bit more useful for the guy with the anti-demon sword. Pachow! And that gives Jay 3 free points in gymnastics. And a very amusing illustration there. So let's see, I believe I've been through most of the game by now. We've got the crown token, Blessed Athame, which I recently learned I might be pronouncing wrong. Apparently in Wicca and other witchy circles, it is most commonly pronounced with 3 syllables. Athame or Athame, something like that. I've got the royal seal, I've got the onyx scepter and the silver circlet. I have most of the password to exit to the surface, but I'm missing the first part of it. Not sure who I have not talked to. And the item screen does not tell me who I learned the passwords from. Great. I think I do know of at least one person who wants a black drake fang. Got all 5 brooches, whole bunch of keys. I know all of the mage Okay, sorry about that, everyone. Theo was exploring a set of metal shelves and got himself in trouble trying to dismount. He did not handle it well. So, everyone's okay. Cats have quieted down. But what's really wild is Garnet came in and got mad at me after that. Like, did she think that I was being mean to Theo? Are you starting to like your little brother? Adventures in live streaming as a cat mom. So, anyway, back to game stuff. Esme knows all of the mage spells at least level 2. And McGrath knows all of the priest spells at least level 1. Apparently I have not felt the need to invest more in Unshackle Mind. And eventually I'm going to have to figure out where to get level 3 of a lot of these spells. I think I remember a few of them. I'm a little annoyed I'm this far in the game and I don't have level 3 healing yet. So, we've got a Demon Slayer. We have talked to King Micah and opened the way up into Scaragath. And I should put my headphones back on so I can actually hear the game audio. Always fun going through Fort Saffron. Just walk straight on through. You're in my way. I'll just have to go around and over the giant pit. Okay, if I've gotten the silver circlet, then I'm pretty sure I have thoroughly explored Spire. Oh yeah, we've been through here. Why, thank you, some dude. I don't know if there are mods for the first Avernum trilogy. I have heard that there are some mods for the remakes, Avernum Escape from the Pit and Avernum Crystal Souls. They don't do a lot, just some bits of rebalancing and different graphics maybe. Oh, right. Black Fang dude. You return to Zavlek's hut. When he asks, you present him with a black drake fang. Thank you, he says. Now I will help you. He brings some tattered scrolls out of his hut and lets you see them. They are very interesting. Now I know Summon Aid level 3. Yay. And a little experience. I don't think I've actually found Koth the dragon yet. There is a massive structure completely blocking the passage to the east. The walls are formed of massive blocks of stone. Whoever built this place was determined that nobody get past without considerable trouble. Oh, nuts, I missed the second dialogue box because I was giggling at comments. The wall facing you has no visible means of entry. As you watch the fort, a pair of gates slowly appear in the wall, allowing you entry. As you watch, a word appears above the gates, carved into the stone. The word is Scaragath. That is quite a bit of magic to put into this place. Also, vengeful shades are guarding it. There are 3 large runes on this stone sign. You recognize them. Warning, imprisonment, and death. There's a thick book on this pedestal. The thick papyrus pages are covered with dense, strange writing. The book lists those who died to defeat Greyhoth. It is a long list of names, and the dates of their deaths. You don't recognize any of the names. They all died around 40 years ago, roughly the time of the founding of Avernum. The book ends with the inscription, and many more will be added to this grim list, should Greyhoth ever be freed. Also around 40 years, which tells me that anyone still living who was involved with the capture and sealing of Greyhoth, like King Micah, Roan, Erica, is gotta be at least 60 years old. Which is believable. And that is the same thing. Ah, Zappy Floor. Very zappy floor. Talking to Undead Wizard, a rare heroic lich. The skeletal remains of a human stands in front of a stone chair. It wears a tarnished iron crown. Heat radiates from its frail form, and it watches you intently from empty eye sockets. If this guy had a name in the original Exile, I have actually forgotten what it is. Who are you, and why are you here? I was a wizard. I died long past in the war against our prisoner. Once, long ago, there was a war against an army of demons and foul spirits. With others, I led our troops, and I fell, a gout of Hakai flame shattering my chest. I am here now, forever trying to keep the unknowing from freeing the demon lord Greyhoth. With others, who helped you? Those still among the living. Solberg and Erica Redmark and Patrick and Linda were the greatest of us. They fight on. I stay here, watching our prisoner. Beyond this place lies the tower where the mighty demon lord Greyhoth lies imprisoned. It is unlikely you could free him, but if you did, your mind cannot encompass the consequences. We could not kill him. I am sure you can't either. He wishes to fill Avernum with his foul brood, and the humanity of the caves would serve as his cattle. Do not let this happen. Leave now, before you do unimaginable harm. I beg you, in the name of Avernum, go, now. But Greyhoth is attacking Avernum from within his prison. He must be destroyed. And we've got the reforged sword to do it. Oh no, character development, my one weakness! No, no, I tell you, no matter how much harm he does inside his prison, he will do far, far more outside of it. In his prison he must stay. Yeah, about that. Can I talk to any of these shades? No. There is a huge brass throne on this platform. To either side of it are 2 braziers, burning scented wood. It's strange that the braziers are lit, considering that you're the first living people to be here for some time. There is a large kneeling pad prominently placed next to the throne. The image of King Micah of Avernum appears sitting in the throne. He looks a good deal younger than the aging man you met at the castle. The image begins to speak. I don't know who you are. I don't know what allegiances you hold. I only know this. You should not be here. A horrible force lies beyond this place. Should it be freed, all of our young nation will suffer. But we realize that, for some reason, one day it may be necessary for someone to pass. Be sure that it is necessary, and be sure to perform the ritual to deactivate the guards. The image disappears, and the throne sits empty. Ritual? Nobody at the castle told you about any ritual. Maybe they forgot about it. Odd. Well, you see, the ritual is going to involve quite a lot of slashing and stabbing. And potentially some shouting. Do I really want to rob these particular sarcophagi? Especially when it's only 2 coins worth of gold. No, I'm going to show some respect for the people that fell defeating Greyhoth the first time. How kind of you to be standing in front of the chair rather than sitting in it. Here we go. There's a large cavewood wheel here, with a long length of iron chain wrapped around it several times. The chain then goes from the wheel into a hole in the ground. First I make sure that everyone is in the room. Then I turn the wheel. You hear a sound to the north. It's steel, slowly grinding on stone. Okay, Divine Host, Divine Restoration. Can super bless one character. Yeah, I am annoyed that I don't have any mass blessing and shielding spells. Though I do have mass haste. Also, I left Ghoulbane back in Barga. That could be a slight mistake here. Not that bad of a mistake. Oh, I do have Beast Ceremony, you're right. I keep forgetting about that one. I think I can't cast it in combat. I can only cast it when I'm not in combat mode. What I also have is level 3 Repel Spirit. Beast Ceremony, bless his entire party. Can't cast this when hostile monsters are inside, it takes too long to cast. So it is significantly less convenient than Major Blessing in Exile. Gonna have to do some mass healing if I keep stepping on zappy floors. Fire Blast or Arcane Blow? Fire Blast. Oh, I see there was a wall in my way. Not worth it for just two visible targets. And just because I don't use it very often yet, Arcane Blow. Hehehe. So that's one gate open. And behind the throne is the second wheel to open gate number 2. Oh dear, there's black shades around. And because it's invisible, I'm pretty sure I can't actually target the darn thing. Indeed not. Maybe it was your imagination, but you would swear that you just saw one of the cave walls to the south shimmer slightly when you got close. And that is some serious overkill on a black shade. You can see a circle of painted runes on the floor in the middle of this chamber. When you get close to the entrance, they start to glow red. The air starts to feel warm. Could be a trap. Let's leave that be for the moment. I say as if I don't know exactly what it does. Hey. Always with the summoning. Okay, so I guess there's going to be a black shade in basically all 4 corners. You're not a black shade. I can see you. You're a white, and you are very dead. There's a small monument here. It is a carving of 3 mages shooting huge bolts of fire into a bottle. The inscription is worn away. There is apparently nothing hidden in these 2 chunks of stone. Of course. Almost tempting to try just walking across the lava. Destroy a crowd of enemies for 3 spell points? Don't mind if I do. Okay. Well, that should be all of the invisible enemies taken care of anyway. Prison of Grey Hoth. All standard warnings apply. Offer not valid in Nebraska. Do not enter. Ah, looks like a golem. Oh, there's a golem and an invisible guardian. Not too bad. Bones and a nice fur. I will leave those be. Okay, beast ceremony would have been a really good idea there. Yeah. Okay, McGrat, what do I need you to do? Oh, golems are immune to fire. Good to know. Wait, how many black shades are there in here anyway? At least 3. Okay. Four black shades in one room. Delightful. And I can only slow the visible enemies. That's not good. Okay, no more black shades. Only golem left. Heh. Let's do a tactical retreat and rest. I can't rest in this part of the outdoors. It's far too dangerous. Well, then I can do a tactical retreat and save. And at least see that everything is still dead and not respawned. Quick beast ceremony. So far, things are only punching me, not casting spells. I can deal with that. Guardians are a lot tougher in this game. Compared to Exile, anyway. Ooh, special room. And a locked door. Which I cannot pick the lock on. Even if I'm not stealing from them, I can still investigate the coffins. Okay, unlock level 3 actually can open that. But what if I want to explore more of the tower first? So, assuming that we could not get that door open, there are a couple of teleporters here. Is that what that was supposed to do? When you enter the room with the runes, they suddenly stop glowing, the air turns cool again, nothing else happens. But one of the teleporters has disappeared. And puts us over here for some reason. And onto the other side. And through that door. So to get through here, you really need Dispel Barrier and or Unlock Doors level 3. Now in Exile, this door could not be opened and we needed the Dispel Barrier. You can see a circle of painted runes on the floor of the middle of this chamber. When you get close to the entrance, they start to glow red. The air starts to feel warm. Could be a trap. I'm a little annoyed that the description here doesn't even mention the sealed bottle. You try to lift the flask, but it's incredibly heavy. No matter how much you strain, you can't shift it. So let's try cutting the seal. You carefully take the Blessed Athame, or Athame, however you'll want to pronounce that, and cut off the lead seal. When you do, nothing happens at first. Then there's a sudden, powerful explosion, knocking you back against the walls. Foul gases pour from the bottle, choking you. Then, with a spine-vibrating screech, an enormous, clawed, flaming monstrosity appears, floating above the bottle. The creature is a solid 20-feet-tall pillar of muscle and claws. It stretches its arms, clearly glad to be freed from its prison. About the time you begin to return to your senses, he begins to study his surroundings. He looks at you with contempt and amusement. "Thank you, mortals. I could wreak great havoc from inside there, but that was nothing compared to what I can do now. I will not kill you yet, but one day I believe you will come to me, and when you do, I will pay you for your service in full." Then he roars, shatters the bottle with a carelessly tossed bolt of lightning, and disappears. Now that it's gone, Everything is quiet. You feel very nervous. You aren't sure exactly what it is you have unleashed upon the world. Nothing good, but we did gain experience from it. Well, let's leave the way we came. Or maybe this isn't going to go like... okay. Every so often I get very confused comparing the differences between this game and the original Exile. Every so often I get very confused by how this game makes it look like I'm not about to leave, or makes it look like I'm not about to enter a dungeon, and then I do. Silly isometric graphics. Oh, Salliekat Ruins has a new map. You return to Salliekat and are stunned by what you see. The fort has been decimated. It looks like it's received a punch in the center from a huge fist, blasting a tunnel through the whole structure and charring the rock. Rubble is strewn everywhere, and smoke hangs heavy in the air. The statues have changed since you've been here last. Greyhawk works fast. Inside the mist, you can hear hisses and snarls. Something has been left inside the ruins to greet you. Oh boy. Oh, there's a bunch of demons there. Also, now may be the time to swap my flaming sword for the Demon Slayer. Oh crap, it's a Hakai. Then again, the Hakai was foolish enough to cast Divine Restoration at the beginning of a battle when no one has taken any damage. Well, that's two of the smaller demons done. Esme is rather low on spell points, though I do have an energy elixir if I really need it. And some rods of major call. Eh, what the heck. How dare you, sir? Oh, can I not reach you from here? Summons a greater shade. That's just one more target for my repel spirit. And my summons are doing nothing. Ow. I am amused that the acid status effect is represented by a little slime graphic here. Hooray, everything I don't like is dead. You are not attacking me. That means I can talk to you. There's a tiny imp named Nizrek sitting on the huge throne. It idly tosses little balls of flame from one claw to another. What are you and why are you here? It squeals with delight. I've been left to give you a little message. Just a little message. Hee! It grins, displaying many tiny, red, razor-sharp teeth. Out with it. Mighty Greyhoth cordially invites you to visit him in his new fort. His new fort. It rolls around in the throne, twitching with excitement and amusement. Northwest, beyond the lake of lava. He summons you there for a fair fight. You better go, or you're doomed. Greyhoth is the one who is doomed. The imp screeches, a hideous piercing noise that's painful and unsettling at the same time. No, he's going to kill you all of you. He will have his revenge. He will freeze you where you stand, and we will abuse you for years and years. You will all die, and die slow. You turn away, the imp laughs mockingly at you as you depart. So, Greyhoth wants us to visit him. Why? So he may freeze you. And why would he do that? So that he could subject you to the full 1,000 torments of the damned, one after another. You will beg to be given the chance to betray all of Avernum, if only to receive a moment's respite from your suffering. Aha. Well, I do get the opportunity to kill this annoying little thing. And he will evade your blades, like I am about to. He laughs again and disappears. Only his voice stays in the air, and just for a moment. Soon your torment begins. How dare you? You know, I really don't need to investigate if there's still any secret passages back here. Map explored to my satisfaction. Someone has melted the wall here and scratched into the rock. Here see the fate of all Avernum. The carving is now unreadable. Someone has blasted it with flame. Melted rock runs down the wall. Well, now that I'm outside of that area, I still can't rest here. Phooey. Oh, I have a boat. Useful, that. Can I rest next to Erica's tower? No. Maybe I should go back towards Spire and Barga if I want to actually have a rest. Also, time to do something very ill-advised. You are standing on a narrow land bridge over a large, bubbling fumarole. It chokes the cave with a thick fog, reeking of rotten eggs. Some of the clusters of crystals near the edge of the bubbling mud look valuable. The heat keeps you from reaching most of the crystals. One of them looks like you could reach it safely. You move out into the steam and hot water and knock loose a large cluster of greenish crystals. As you leave, you notice you're being followed. It turns out you were looting someone's holiday resort. Imps and drakes. I was expecting more demons, but drakes are also very annoying. I've got limited spell points. Is it worthwhile to summon any shades here? Shade actually lived. Oh, I didn't summon just any shade. I'm strong enough I summoned a vengeful shade. That's pretty cool, actually. Let's see what I got. Just regular emeralds, no magic abilities, but they might sell for a bit. I could, of course, use the Orb of Thrallney to get across the river, but the boat is right here. Let's find a quiet corner. Yes, I can rest over here. Good. So I do see there's a dungeon over this way. And also some swampy monsters. Poison fungi and cave slimes. Oh no. Although they are strong enough, they're not automatically running away from me. Thanks for the free level up. Once upon a time, there was a fort here. It was an impressive structure, hewn from the living rock and protected by massive stone walls. Then some being of incredible power came here and razed it to the ground. Gigantic claw marks, charred walls, and solidified rivers of once melted stone mark the wrath of a mighty beast. One slim wedge of this wall is still standing. On it is the royal seal of the Empire. Strange. Oh dear, beast. Beasts and gazers must be terminated with extreme prejudice. Serpents are not nearly so scary. All the soldiers here don't seem to have been that well equipped. Fairly nice apothecary. There's a vellum scroll inside this desk. It has remained surprisingly well preserved, despite the devastation. It is a plan for some sort of underground fort. It seems to be located just to the west of a large chasm. There's an interesting note attached to the plans. You read it. We must be careful of the giants. Their castle is dangerously close. Fortunately, they have no way of crossing the chasm. Move the dragon's scroll there as soon as possible. The mages there may have more luck deciphering it. It may have information on the being trapped inside the crystal. Elith. Giant's castle? Dragon scroll? Being trapped in a crystal? Very interesting. I would take the lockpicks, but they're just base level lockpicks. Historical scroll. Can go back to the castle. Scroll of summon aid. And Farsight is probably just going to get sold, not used. And in the commander's bedroom, we find pants, tunic, and some coins. And a secret room with a basilisk. Ooh, radiant robe. Intriguing. Prevents 1 to 4 points of damage, which is fairly crap armor but good for a robe, and provides protection from magic. Ooh. That could actually be better than the shadow leather for someone who doesn't get up close and personal with their enemies. So I'm not entirely sure what you mean, dude, by Alex Jones or Psionic's tank build. Is that like someone who is both a caster and kind of tanky at the same time? Oh, I hate that sound effect. I fire blast you and that's all it does? There we go. Yeah, it's pretty challenging to stay alive at first, but you can definitely do a single character caster build that does all of the things in this game. In fact, if you haven't already, you may want to check out some of my Exile speedrun attempts. The most recent one is where I did a single character, let's say, escape percent attempt, where I tried to speedrun getting to the exit back to the surface. Okay, barracks. Yeah, really just garbage equipment on the ground here. This was the largest building in the fort. Whatever decimated this place broke it open, systematically exposed each room, and blasted everything inside with intense fire. I do like this aspect of Avernum, being able to walk around in not combat mode and still take out enemies one by one like that. It mostly works with the weaker enemies. Casters must be taken out with a bit more effort. sky beasts and gazers so much in these games. I don't remember hating them as much in Geneforge, though. It's been too long since I've played any Geneforge. Oh no, don't dumbfound Magrat, that's bad. Well, at least everything nearby is dead. Vulnerability, energy bomb. Oh dear. See, I have the recall crystal, but that doesn't cure dumbfounding. That teleports me back to Fort Avernum. Which isn't the worst idea right now. There is something I want to check out back there. Yeah, whatever it is that can cure dumbfounding, if there's any items that can do it, I don't have them right now. Oh, another one. Also, being paralyzed means that Githa can't move in combat, although apparently she has no problem moving around in not combat mode. Sure, let's go with that. Very good. Can I actually look in these things? Apparently I can look into empty cauldrons. As far as I know, they generally don't hold anything. Beacon! Oh, right, because the paralysis. I can't actually attack the bat. While the paralysis is worn off, I'm not sure if the dumbfounding will. Oh, right, with the no one able to cure anything. I am good at this game. Well, I can't cast any curing or healing spells. I could try doing a Farsight or 3. Okay, not missing anything in this corner. You're not attacking. You are friendly, or friendly enough. There is a ghost here, barely visible in the shadows of the room. What happened here? I couldn't hide. It caught me. Caught me. It had its revenge. Its voice is a barely perceptible whisper. We took its scroll, sacred scroll, for protections. The serpent came for us all. So strong, strong, so strong. It brought flames. So hot, but so fast. I watched myself burn, burn, pain, burning, burn. The ghost's pathetic whisper fades in and out. What serpent is this? Dragon, cough, mighty dragon. Thought was weak. Hated empire, so we thought was weak. We took its scroll. Sacred scroll, for protections. For penetrating secret of crystal. Blue magical crystal, with spirit inside. Found in cave near giants. Cave where we built new fort. Crystal with a spirit inside? You must not know of it. His secret, powerful secret, and of it I say no more. So question is this one of the mind crystals that we keep finding around Avernum? Or is it something even more rare and powerful? Secret fort near the giants. Oh, fool, fool I am, for telling you secret fort is near giants. So, protection against what? You cannot know. Taken to new fort. Had it been here, we might have lived. Oh yes, lived. You hear a tiny whimper. New fort, secret, control Avernum. Cannot tell you. Well, I don't like the idea of the Empire trying to control Avernum. But I do like finding all of that extra information. So this is surprisingly crap equipment for an Empire outpost. What would be fun is if we had a little bit more leeway in the game engine to say that this was perfectly fine equipment, but a lot of it got damaged or otherwise ruined in the Dragon Assault. Hello. In the middle of the room, on a carefully carved marble stand, you find a large crystal orb. I will deal with that after the golems. Even when I'm not fighting demons, having a great sword does great damage. Let's peer into the orb. You stare deep into the mists. They begin to swirl faster and change colors. Soon they resolve into an image. You see an old wizard wearing rich black robes and bearing a staff tipped with a large diamond. He stares out of the orb at you, examining you carefully. After a moment, he speaks. Ah, I was wondering when I would hear from this orb again. It would seem that the loss of this fort is complete. Enjoy your victory. It will be brief, I promise you. Hear me now, worms. I am Garzad. Remember my name. One day there will be war between us and you, and I will lead the army that disperses and crushes you. Remember what you have wrought. There will be war. Garzad waves his hand, and the orb shatters. The mist dissipates slowly into the air. Dun dun dun! Foreshadowing for sequel! Oh, excellent. The dumbfounding has indeed worn off. I'm so glad I don't have to return to a town somewhere to get that cured. You emerge from the passage and are greeted by a hellish vision. This cavern is a blasted wasteland of mounds of pumice, volcanic ash, and sharp, jagged obsidian. The choking aroma of rotten eggs makes you feel faint. In addition to the sound of bubbling mud and venting steam fumaroles, you can also hear the hisses and howls and roars of strange creatures. This area is populated by a variety of unpleasant creatures. That looks like a wizard. What the heck? What is a human wizard doing out here? You encounter a lone wandering human wearing tattered robes. One look at him reveals that this harsh landscape has left him quite mad. It's amazing that he's still alive. When he gets close, he starts to rant at you. Came for the demon, I did. Came to battle Greyhoth. But his mind, it touched mine. Oh, the power. Oh, the ancient knowledge. Now I see how wrong it is to fight him. How wrong it is for you to fight him. Tell me you will not. Tell me you will never defy his majesty. So I can say, sure, whatever. We will never fight him. We swear it. We will battle all evil in Avernum until our dying days. I'm gonna say, whatever you say, dude. He nods, satisfied, and wanders off. After a minute, he looks back at you, confused. He seems to have already forgotten everything about you. He wanders away. Maybe it would be best to avoid him in the future. Okay. There's a small patch of mushrooms and fungus here. Your cave lore enables you to recognize them. They are potion ingredients. For all that alchemy that I never do. Maybe I should cast safe travel in here. In a truly charming display of futility, someone has left some sort of sign here. It has been, of course, worn and defaced to the point of total illegibility. Interesting, a little strip of land on the other side of this chasm. So let's just hop on over and find a secret passage. There is an ancient tunnel carved into the end of this passage. The entrance is cracked and covered with slime. Multiple cave-ins have left the entry almost completely blocked. The passage is 20 feet long and emerges into a small, square chamber. In the middle of this tiny, well-hidden cave, you find a mummified body on a bier. The body is strange and alien. It was a tall, thin, angular humanoid. The body is covered with wrappings decorated with bizarre runes. You've never seen a creature like this before. You wonder what it is and where it came from. The body holds a curving blade of delicately carved obsidian on its chest. The blade slowly oozes a greenish goo. Githagit's wavy sword. Oh, I'm going to have some fun things to identify later on. You won't be able to tell what qualities the item has until you identify it. Currently, it is identified as a greatsword. It is a two-handed weapon. There's one more finger of map that I'd like to explore before moving on. Full of swamps and dead things and a strange cave. The obelisk is blank. There is a message floating in front of the gigantic magical barrier. It is written in letters of writhing green fire, suspended in midair. The writing is in a language you've never seen. Then, after a few moments, the letters fade and reform in the language you do understand. Here is the grave and hiding place of the Vanatai race. One day we may return to reclaim our home with love. Until then, we sleep. Then, after a minute, the words reform in the previous, unfamiliar script. Okay. Apparently these obelisks have nothing on them. So quite a few magic barriers here. Okay, in Exile I think you could only dispel about one of them. Oh. Oh, about that. As you get close to the ruins on the floor here, there's a flash of light. You jump back. In a moment where you were just standing, the magical barrier has returned. Ew. Well, can I actually do anything else with this area then? No, not the spell barrier far side. Well, maybe I can't actually do anything with this. But we have our hints that there was an ancient race here long before humans. Try and minimize my swamp exposure. Haha. I don't trust those lizards. There's a large group of lizards warming themselves next to this fumarole. They have formed nests out of large piles of white stone. The lizards are small and innocent-looking. You think you see the glint of metal in their nests. Well, we can question whether I should really attack innocent lizards just minding their own business. But they are basilisks, and presumably have treasure. Good thing my stats are all high enough that I'm pretty resistant to being petrified. You search the nests. You find a bunch of coins, some trash, and a pike. Because I really need another spear right now. Kinda wanted to see if I can find the wizard again. Because I might be inclined to put him out of his misery. We will battle all evil! And, some wild beasts as well! Foolish adventurers, I will dispatch you as a mercy. Otherwise, Greyhawk's torments will curse you eternally. You'll thank me later. The man waves his arms, and monsters form out of the rock under your feet. They all attack you. Wizard with the ability to summon golems. Oh, I can't reach him. I hate when that happens. Oh right, golems are immune to fire, so that's not the best plan. Unfortunately for me, the wizard is immune to magic. Oh yes, cast Arcane Shield on one of your trash summons. Great plan. It wasn't even a very good Arcane Shield. I still killed him. Missed? Come on. Oh, you're rather resistant to fire. I do not like you, sir. Well, the golems are all down now, so eat sword. You are surprisingly tough. Yeah, I'll take a healing elixir. And Jay will retrieve an arrow and shield ring. The mad dead wizard had a beautiful charm around his neck. You take it. Knowledge charm. It doesn't tell me exactly what it does. Maybe it boosts intelligence. Shielding charm, chill charm. Is there anything actually over here, or is this just a dead end? Looks like it's just an empty dead end. Aha! Now we are near the lair of Koth, who I do want to talk to soon. As you approach this narrow land bridge, a crowd of spirits rise up in front of you, floating out of the solid stone of the cave floor. Each of them looks like an adventurer, brutally killed years and years ago. They watch you, waiting for you to act. You approach the shades. One of them says, "We are the doorkeepers of Koth. The mighty dragon beyond will consider allowing you to approach him. Pass beyond, so that you may be tested. And do not steal, like we did in our foolish lives, or your fate will match ours." The shades sink back into the stone. You may pass. Oh, okay, I thought I was going to have a fight there. Also, secret passage, so you can access this area from the river. What's over here, I wonder? Anything? No, absolutely nothing. Just a spot to be safe from wandering monsters, I guess. Here sits the lair of Koth the Mighty, Koth the Wise. Koth frowns upon trivial and treacherous visits. I guess this would be the testing that the spirits referred to. Oh, don't do that. You're not a living statue. You're just a regular one. The living statues are more on the edges of the room. I do kind of wish I had spells that would affect all nearby enemies. Oh well. Y'all still aren't dead? Oh, because I didn't realize the living statues are not taking any damage from the fire, which is the only spell I was using. I feel foolish. Did the statues take any damage from lightning? I didn't actually see. They take a little damage from magic. But I still like casting Divine Fire because it will kill everything else. Okay. Excuse me, Koth, how do I gain access to your library? That's how. This is the lair of Koth the Mighty, Koth the Wise, and all thieves will feel his wrath. I do feel like Koth is pretty consistently male throughout the games, though dragons have been known to change their gender, or Jeff has been known to change his mind on what gender most of the dragons are from game to game. Sharply contrasting with the rough, natural stone outside, these gigantic halls are lovely, beautifully built, and ancient beyond your reckoning. Every sound you make echoes down high, arched corridors into distant amphitheaters. When you look closely, you see that the stone blocks of the floor are covered with tiny scratches, as if from reptilian claws. It's very cold in here. Not natural cold, but of the undead. Shades pace up and down the halls, dusting and moving books around. Koth must use the dead as his servants. An insubstantial shade wields a very real broom. It sweeps the enormous halls. It stares at you for a second. I sweep. Why are you sweeping? Such is the bidding of my master. Is there any information you can give us which could possibly be useful to us in our adventures? No. It floats away. Good chat, good chat. Yeah, remembering everything we've heard, do not steal from Koth. Hello. Looks like some, specimens for study. This creature doesn't respond to your presence. It seems to be frozen in place. It doesn't move, not even to breathe. It's been magically frozen here. Very creepy. A ghostly figure wanders around, dusting and cleaning. And what would your job here be? I clean the caverns, as per my master's orders. And your master is? Mighty Koth. And again, it can give us no useful information beyond that. This tunnel leads down and away from Koth's lair. It seems to be some sort of rear exit. Okay. And I see you there, potential secret over here. Ag. Apparently guardians count as demons. Okay. What's in the book? You do manage, with difficulty, to understand the writing. It's the journal of a band of adventurers, dating back to the early days of the Empire, when it was possible for some free souls to seek excitement. It's very interesting reading, and you learn a lot of helpful tips and tricks designed to make the adventuring life easier. You learn a lot. We all gain experience. Okay, cool. There is a row of large leather scrolls on this pedestal, each wrapped around a bar of cold steel. You notice there's an open space in the row. One of the scrolls seems to be missing. There is a ring of statues around the pedestal. Their eyes glow red. They seem to be watching you. Okay, you know what? Let's save the game, and take the schmuckbait of taking one of the scrolls. The moment the scroll leaves the surface of the pedestal, it disappears. Flames shoot from the eyes of the statues, searing you. Moments later, the scroll reappears on the pedestal, exactly where it was before. Apparently Koth has put some tighter security measures on it. Either that, or the Empire, having more magical knowledge than I do, managed to subvert some of them. Well, Koth isn't hostile, but I also don't really like taking that much damage, so... The floor in this library is covered with small, glowing runes. There are thousands of lines of them, curving and spiraling across the floor, each one painstakingly and intricately carved into the rock. The patterns are beautiful and hypnotic, but if they have any meaning, it escapes you. To understand what they are for, you would have to know a lot more about dragons than you do now. there's certainly some space for some other stuff to be hidden in this dungeon. Lair, library, whatever you want to call it. Well, stuff in crates, okay. Pen and ink and papyrus sheets. This healing elixir is not marked as not mine. So I think I may yoink it. Weird meat, no thank you. Haste potion's a bit meh. Is that all so far? Greetings, mighty Koth. A long, sinuous dragon sits coiled here, in contemplation of a huge scroll. When he sees you, he looks up and grimaces. You quickly bow, as a sign of peace and respect. And I totally did not try to steal any of your scrolls, good sir, ma'am, creature. Koth says, "So now you are here, humans. What have you to say?" You have an amazing library here. Of the dragons in these caves, only Brother Motrax and I truly appreciate the wonders of learning, the joys of intellect. The difference is that I prefer solitude, and he doesn't. But then, he hasn't been cheated yet, like I have, by humans. At any rate, he is much wiser than my other siblings. Athrun wishes only to be alone in her hole. Fool Pyrog plays foolish power games with the mortals of the tunnels. Sulfurus is good for contemplating his own might, and little more. He sighs. We dragons are a strong and proud lot, but we can be as capable of foolishness as you mortals. Speaking of dragons, what is that huge circle of runes for? That, it is safe to say, is none of your human business. Fair enough. Would you teach us some magical rituals? He laughs. Teach you? Tiny, foolish humans? Why should I? What have you done for me? Great Koth, how do you feel your time here alone? He snorts. Smoke and flame billow forth. I increase my wisdom most of the time. The rest I deal with intruders. Are we intruders? Perhaps. Normally, I am not one to welcome humans. I once was. Not anymore. So you've had dealings with humans before? He angrily breathes flame into the air. You are Avernites. You are not of the Empire above. Were that not the case, your puny band would be dead now, in vengeance. Oh, your deaths would be slow and agonizing. His claws rake the ground in anger. I would entrap you in barriers, and starve and burn you for days and years. This is the reward for cheating a dragon. His eyes blaze. A long forked tongue licks his lips. He struggles to contain himself. Humans from above came to me once, offering a deal. I would make wards for a tower of theirs. In return, they would give me many books from the surface. I made the wards, but they only gave me a few books, and stole something as well. What kind of wards did you make? You are interested? Well, there is a hidden tower near here, across the river. It blocks a passage. To go through, you need to pass several wards of my making. If you don't know the correct ritual and have the correct item, you die. Correct item? A royal seal of the Empire. A wise choice as keys go. There are very few of them, and they are well guarded. Would you teach me this ritual? Gladly, as it would harm the Empire. First, though, you must do something for me. Find the scroll of history they stole from me and return it to me. Do this, and I will help you pass the wards I created in the secret tunnel to the south. Any ideas where the scroll was taken? No. The Empire humans stole one of my set of unique scrolls on the history of dragonkind and spirited it away. I found one of their lairs nearby and destroyed it, but the scroll was nowhere inside. I don't know where they put it, but maybe there are clues in the ruins. They are indeed. I already found them. The ruin of the human lair I devastated lies several caverns to the southwest, in a swamp. It is no longer well hidden. Search it well, and you may find a way to my scroll. Find it, and I can reward you. Aha. We are looking for a part of the password to the exit to the surface world. I can't help you with that. Ask Avernum, one of my siblings. She may know. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I've talked to Erica. I've probably talked to Patrick. And I think I found Amy Far Traveler. So maybe Avernum is the one that I still need to talk to. Because in this game engine, I can't just walk up to people and type in keywords. I have to, in character, know what questions to ask first. Rear exit indeed. Hello. There is a massive basalt fortress blocking the corridor. It has a pair of twisted, closed iron gates blocking your progress. As you watch, the gates open, and a huge band of demons and other strange creatures emerge. They wait for you to approach, clearly ready to fight some humans. They jeer at you and dare you to defy them. Not just yet. Oh. Random wandering demon. It's only one. I can take him. Yeah, 2 hits of Demon Slayer and he's down. Though honestly, 1 hit from Demon Slayer and 1 hit from another decent weapon or spell would probably do it too. Bubbling mud pits. Which is another way to say big puddles of lava. Oh, I see. You skeletons are a bit isolated there. Still not sure if safe travel is actually protecting me that much from lava. No, it looks like it's doing something. A large group of undead is wandering around on these narrow strips of basalt. An unexpected movement of lava must have cut them off from the rest of this area, trapping them. The uneven ground keeps the creatures from moving quickly. You can decide whether or not to attack them. Oh boy, skeletal warriors and fetid zombies. Rare undead. Hiya, Skylar. Skeletal warriors are pretty tough. But can they withstand Repel Spirit and Fire Blast? Actually, they kinda can. Not for very long, though. Ag. fetid zombies cover me with acid. And do they... Ooh, bronze greatsword. Yeah, their equipment mostly isn't that impressive. As you prepare to leave, you notice that one of the zombies has a ring on its rotting finger. The acidic secretions of the creature haven't damaged it. You take it. I've got Warrior's Ring, Ring of Health. I think the Warrior's Ring is the one that I just picked up. And, okay. Geetha's Curing can't do anything for acid. McGrath's Curing can. Aw, thank you, Skylar. Another gate here. And yeah, can't actually rest here because too many wandering demons and undeads and such like. I can wander a bit while health and magic points regenerate. I can also take advantage of being forewarned by the very large gate and cast Beast Ceremony. Attack! You rush the barricade. The delighted demons bombard you with spells as you approach. So yeah, if I hadn't cast Beast Ceremony before coming here, I might have been slowed and cursed. This fight is pretty awful in Exile. Not so awful when I can cast Major Blessing beforehand. Oh, come on, you know you can hit him. More skeletal warriors, great. Enemies using their turns to summon makes these fights so much longer. Okay, I'm gonna have to haste again. Ooh, that guy's done. Yeah, you two don't actually scare me that much. Torque is lightweight and sells for decent money. Not picking up any other stuff. And even more lava fields. Yeah, being able to rest would be rather nice here. There is an obsidian statue of a huge demon here. Its finely cut black eyes seem to follow you as you move. I do like Geneforge, at least the first 2 games. I played the first 2 Geneforges back in the early 2000s and the demo of Geneforge 3. I have the Geneforge remakes for 1 and 2 on Steam, I just haven't actually played them yet. I think I did back the Kickstarter for at least one of them, though. This is a massive basalt altar. It is covered with heavy stains and disturbing carvings. It overlooks a fierce tumult of magma and flame. Huge clawed bats fly through the sulphurous clouds, and howls echo towards you through the steam. This is the realm of Greyhoth, the demon lord, whom you freed, and who waits for your approach. Yeah, if anybody has some good ominous music, now would be a good time to cue that up. Hello. A savaged, dried-out body has been propped up against the wall here. A few slain lava bats on the ground around it. There is a huge sword on the ground nearby. Everything else of use has rusted away. Pretty sure this sword is cursed. Who even needs to bother with the Orb of Thralny when you can just take minimal damage from lava? Why is Githa taking so much more damage? No, I don't feel like fighting imps. Hi. You meet a glowing spirit. Its soft, reassuring glow provides a welcome respite from the harsh light of the lava. It waves you closer. It floats closer. You can see that it is the ghost or shade of a young man. He smiles. Welcome, humans. We have been sent to help against Greyhoth. His release has caused great consternation in the spheres. I cannot stay long, but we must struggle to avoid Greyhoth's gaze as it is. But I can tell you one thing. One of us went spying in his tower. She is hidden due west of the totems. Near here. Go to her. Good luck. The spirit fades away. You stumble into a demonic patrol. The horde of vicious creatures charges towards you instantly, desperate for a good taste of fresh meat. Insert the butcher from Diablo. Oh, fresh meat! Oh, darn it, one of them is a monk demon. Just keep my spellcasters in the back here so they don't get targeted by the monk demon so much. To summon, to debuff, or to blast the crap out of, that is the question. Really? My arcane summon spell summoned another demon. Okay then. Oh my goodness, multiple donations today. That's amazing. Thank you, Dr. Hesting. Yeah, the Butcher is quite scary, especially considering how strong he is and how early in the game you can find him. Wait, there were 2 monk demons? Crap. Also, is my demon going to do anything? Well, certainly not when I've killed everything else on the field, he isn't. Due west of some totems, you said. Aha. You meet a glowing spirit. Same message as the other one. It floats closer. You can see that it is the ghost or shade of a young woman. She smiles, clearly pleased to see you. Greetings. We were summoned and sent by Solberg the Wizard. We can aid you. Oh, that's interesting that there's summons from Solberg, so I guess he knows what's been going on. Then a look of urgency appears on her face. I sense I am followed. I must flee. I have been in the fortress of our common foe. The barriers can be passed. She hands you a twisted, black iron key. She glows brighter for a moment, and your wounds healed. Yay! If you can't reach Greyhoth's fort, go to the Waterfall Warren. The Orb of Thralney will help you. Assuming you've made it all the way here without exploring the Waterfall Warren and finding the Orb of Thralney. Now I must go. Solberg sends his best wishes. She fades into a wall. Moments later, you hear a roar, and several red bolts of light fly into the wall after her. You pocket the black key and back away. Black Iron Key. You obtained this ugly black iron key in the infernal reaches of Greyhoth's realm. So I actually have not played much Nethergate. I will... So it is on my list of games to do a Let's Play series on. But when I do, it's going to be basically a blind playthrough because I've played maybe an hour of it. And I'm really looking forward to it because that one takes place in Roman-occupied Britain, so lots of little historical details. Also, you said my wounds were healed, and they are not. You lied to me, game. How dare you lie to me in such fashion? Let's maybe stop taking quite so much damage. And another demonic patrol. Mostly skeletal warriors and 1 Hakai. And 1 big guy. Blurg. I have just discovered that some of the old keyboard shortcuts from Exile do not work in Avernum. Shame that. Oh, you're immune to fire? Screw you. I have too many items. My looting opportunities are limited. I could potentially be interested in playing some Diablo 2 Resurrected. I played a lot of Diablo 2 back in the old days. Do I have any energy potions? I do. Good. In fact, I think I can make some more. Hasting elixir, healing elixir, balm of life. Could potentially make a balm of life just in case. Strength potion, energy potion, good. Potion failed. Aw. I should put more points into alchemy next time I get around to training. I have a pretty big pile of skill points. Giza has lots of skill points. Wow. And let's try making a balm of life just in case. Okay. Looks like I'm in pretty decent shape to assault the new lair of Greyhoth. The new lair of Greyhoth has a lot of stairs. And a lot of skulls. You get your first good look at Greyhoth's fortress. The place is huge, arcing, gothic horror of architecture. Carvings on the walls depict debaucheries beyond imagining, and tiny, loathsome creatures sport and fight in the shadowy corners. The place is old, centuries or more. In Greyhoth's absence, the whole west half crumbled, and all the other walls show signs of wear and decay. Inside, you can hear the sounds of work, as the fort is repaired and restored. You have finally reached Greyhoth's home ground. Here is where Avernum's battle with him can be settled, once and for all. So there's both this place and the Shattered Fort down near south central Avernum. So apparently Greyhoth just had multiple strongholds, which, for a demon of his position and power, kind of makes sense. Diablo 2 is indeed very addictive and very fun. And I did not even do multiplayer or ladder play. I was single player all the way. 'Cause that is how it goes when your internet connection is not quite good enough to handle multiplayer without horrible lag. This dark courtyard contains a gallery of statues. However, the statues are not stone, but the frozen form of beings, some human, some slith, some demonic. They move incredibly slowly. You can clearly hear their moans and pleas for release. Their spirits must be trapped in the stone. The miserable sounds they make are making your skins crawl. Yeek. So, what up, demons? It's me, your girl. This might be a long and annoying dungeon. Oh, I see. You're in a pit. Ah, I have to get all the way over. Not entirely sure if summoning a shade is worth it, but it is cheap. Oh yeah, you're just gonna hide around the corner then. I wonder how well I can take you out just with arrows. Not bad, not bad. One of Greyhoth's lieutenants falls. Its loathsome form falls heavily to the floor. As the body begins to decay, it puts off acrid odors as it rots away before your eyes. You notice that it has something suspended from a leather thong around its neck. You grab it. It's another large key made of twisted black iron. Okay then. Perhaps I did not need to go for the frontal assault. I stopped having my spellcasters cast their spells, in part to save spell points and in part to give the Vengeful Shade something to do. Not that the Vengeful Shade is being that effective right now. Oh, hi Garnet. Oh, right, that silly... All characters must be within 5 spaces, blah blah blah. I am sure nothing bad whatsoever will happen once I cross those runes. Aha, a side door. The passage is blocked by a large rune on the floor. It glows. The light is gentle, soft, and red. To walk through, you would have to cross the rune. As you try to cross, tendrils of light emerge, wrapping gently around you. It seems like they're searching for something. The tendrils settle on the pocket in which you hold the twisted iron key. Yaha. You're not attacking me. This is a 4-foot-tall, scaly creature. It is thin, but its wiry muscles are strong and sure. It looks up at you with dull eyes. It doesn't seem to find you very interesting. Greetings, friendly imp, or submit to me, demonic creature. It shrugs. It doesn't seem very interested in you. What are you doing? It makes a long, hissing sigh. I slave now. I work on walls. Yes, Greyhoth came back and make us slaves. We work on his fort. It looks up at you, a vague thought appearing in its tiny brain. You want meat, Greyhoth? You here to slay boss guy? Why, no, we mean Greyhoth no harm. Yeah, we are here to slay Greyhoth, totally. Its eyes light up. You are? Good, good. Go find that guy. He in trash pit. We know like Greyhoth. He make us slave. Find that guy. It looks around to make sure its overseers have heard what it said, and wanders off. Apparently these imps are basically identical. Ah, a whip. As one does. Oh, this passage is blocked by a large rune on the floor. It glows. The light is bright, harsh, and red. As you approach, a wall of fire appears above the rune. You jump back before it burns you. You cannot pass. Well, well. We may have to take some longer paths around. This dungeon is very much changed from the original Exile incarnation. I kinda like it, honestly. And I think all of the imps are the same. Yay, trash pit! Holding nothing but skulls and trash. And an imp, rather isolated in another trash pit. This is that guy. Teoric? Something like that. That sounds good. There is an imp hiding in this trash pit. It's picking through the filth, looking for food. It notices you as it starts to eat a large, pale grub. It says, "Oh, humans! You no kill Teoric. I no mean harm to you. Die, demonic scum! What are you doing down here?" "I hide from Greyhoth. He enslave us. He take our freedom." Freedom to do what? Sinister imp things. You know, it bares its teeth. We hate Greyhoth. We hope you humans come to kill him. Why? Because then he gone, and we go back to free and easy imp lifestyle. No more repairing walls and sweeping and getting beaten by full demonkin. Can you help us kill him? Yes, yes. I tell you one thing. Greyhoth Fort locked up good. But we seal a secret passage in. Not sealed well, though. East of here. Storeroom. Secret passage in east wall. Open up, and you get in. Kill Greyhoth. Will you come with us? Help us slay Greyhoth? You think Teoric born yesterday? No way. I get eaten up all good. Yeah, he's got a point. And just in case, what happens if I say die, demon scum? He flinches and cowers in the corner, whimpering. The conversation is over. Aw. I almost feel bad for the little guy. And of course I have to check and see if there's anything interesting in the trash pit. There is not, besides the imp. Remembering what that guy told you, you examined the east wall of the chamber. You never would have noticed if you hadn't been warned, but there is a walled-up passage in one corner. With some effort, you might be able to tear down the wall. It takes a few minutes, but using the conveniently placed trowels and hammers, you tear down the wall, revealing a passage beyond. Nifty. And I have to take a little bit of fall damage. Which also means I don't have a way back out of here. Ah, fetid zombie. Ah, more zombies. Well, at least I'm not taking much damage from acid. Bleh. I've had enough trouble with slimes lately. Yeah, those aren't going down in one hit. Unless it's a very big hit. Hammer! Does a little bit of damage if you use it as a weapon. Vengeful Shade gets torch. Okay. So I see 4 Vengeful Shades and a vampire. None of them are talking to me. Let's fight! Excellent. Although Githa does need a fair bit of healing. Now, Vampire, did you drop anything good? No, you did not. Ah, zombies that I can't even see against this floor. Yet another decorative pile of skulls. A section of the west wall has been repaired lately, probably by imps. They didn't do a very good job. You might be able to tear down the wall. You try to tear down the wall, but unfortunately you don't have a suitable tool. You can only chip impotently at the stone. Aw. Think I need to go back and fetch a hammer and or trowel. As the game so conveniently mentioned earlier. Hammer is a one-handed weapon that does somewhat decent damage. This sort of item is often found around a blacksmith shop or other area where hard labor is taking place. Unfortunately, it does you little good, unless you need it to bash down a wall. Whereas trowel is an object. This is a simple tool, intended for use by the simple, non-adventuring folk. Usually used to build walls, occasionally can be used to bust them up. Thanks to your hammer, you're able to make short work of the wall. You quickly clear away a hole big enough to allow passage. Yay. Oh no, more demons. Whatever shall I do? The smell of sulfur is exceptionally strong here. You have entered a series of tall and beautiful halls, which have remained very intact despite the fort's long emptiness. From all directions, you can hear the sounds of hissing and snarling. On the upside, the raucous roaring of the demonic legions housed here obscured the noise of your smashing the wall. On the downside, there's a lot of demons nearby. That is quite the downside. Why must the enemy AI do so much summoning? Okay, who here is a demon or undead? And who wants a face full of lightning? Excellent. Yeah, go ahead and dumbfound Jay, I don't care. I can't actually reach you through all of your summons. And for 3 spell points, I'll use a Repel Spirit on only 2 targets. Especially when one of them is a big demon. Maybe I should be using Ice Lances on some of those garbage summons. Oh, hi. Divine Warrior wore off. Oh, interesting. I should have seen if Jay had any good potions or scrolls to use. Oh yeah, group haste works even when I can't see anyone else in my party. Once again, I can't actually reach you through all of your summons. You know, I can't really call it a meat shield when it's a skeleton. They don't have any meat on them. Esme, what potions have you got? Energy elixir, yes please. Oh no, more demons. How very expected. I have 3 Balm of Life. Okay, cool. Now if everyone but Magrat dies, I am still okay. If Magrat dies, I'm a bit screwed. And Ice Lances is not the best plan here because undead are immune to that. Mutant Lizard. Okay, I was worried that was a basilisk for a sec. Oh yes, add more summons. For all the good that'll do you. Ow. Perhaps I shall do a shielding. Also, this look... Is it just me or does this look rather like a kitchen? Like they're using the big mutant lizards for food? Okay, time to reunite. Okay, apparently this is a bit of a glitch where the mind crystal is inside the nest, it's just appearing on top of it. Yoink. Unidentified javelin. That's sort of interesting. I can't get through there. That is a good question if summoned creatures provide sustenance or not. So the lizards, I think, were not summons. They were just hanging out in the kitchen and then wandered over to me. But I think canonically summons are like magically pulled from elsewhere, so they are living beings. And at least in Avernum, I do get experience from killing them. But I tend to headcanon more that, particularly in the Avernum remakes, summoned shades and other creatures are more magical constructs than actual living beings. Partly because I don't like the idea of yanking sentient creatures like Nephilim to fight and die for you without any notice. And partly because that just makes a little more sense in my idea of how the magic here works. No calories, I like the way you think. Ruby! Well, if I had any money problems, I think they are solved. Bloody skeletal warriors. Except not actually bloody, because, again, skeletons. Although the bones can be bloody, even if there's no blood flowing through or around them. In this episode of Salliekat Plays Avernum, lots of philosophizing on how the heck undeads work. Kitchen knife does 2 to 8 damage, which is actually sort of decent. Like, that might compare well to some of the base level daggers. Okay, enough faffing about in the kitchens. I did see that there is a convenient gap in the rune barrier here. Also, I really need to save, and I probably ought to use some energy potions. But this room is safe. Such lovely demonic decor. I remember this hallway. It is definitely time for healing. And it is definitely time for more alchemy. The good news is I've got loads of alchemy ingredients, so I can just keep doing this for a while. Okay, Esme needs to give something to someone else. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have cast Beast Ceremony before going all the way up the hall. Well, I can read the message and then redo things if I want to. Suddenly, with a thunderous boom, the walls around you dissolve, leaving you standing in the middle of a huge, arched chamber. All around you, huge demons laugh and cavort and occasionally emit flames from their bodies. In front of you all stands the largest demon of them all, Greyhoth, Foul Lord. He smirks. It is time at last for this game to come to an end. I've wasted enough time on you. Once I had this realm to myself. All of these caves were mine. Then you humans, your warriors and your wizards, they came and they stole my land. They imprisoned me. They dared. Now I begin to take back all I have lost. I will kill every human in what you call Avernum. And I start with you. As one, the creatures charge. Yeah, so we're going to redo this the smart way. And engage in combat. Ah, that's Greyhoth, the weird-looking one. There's more demons behind me. Maybe I should have kept a warrior over here? Oh, I didn't notice that one of these symbols means regeneration. That's cool. I summoned yet another of my own demons. That's totally not going to get confusing. So what kind of limits on summoning does this game even have? Okay, that's a few of the big boys down. Greyhoth, your turn. Oh no. Jay was no longer invulnerable. Oh no. I'm pretty sure I can't cast Raise Dead in the middle of combat. I don't remember whose summons are whose. return life. Can I? Spell must be known at level 3 to raise from dust. Oh. Well then. This may take a couple of tries. Yeah, so you can be killed, and if you're killed by taking loads of damage, you can be obliterated into dust. Yeah, given this is one of the more intense combats of the game, it might have been good to find some more level 3 spells first. So I can call one strong creature, or I can use a Rod of Major Call for some real fun. Oh, come on. Using a scroll shouldn't have taken all 6 of my AP. Let's try Rod of Major Call. It's cool that I summoned lava bats. It's not so great that the lava bats are doing no damage to the demons. Oh yes, please, let me use Demon Slayer on undeads. Okay, definitely need to do some hasting. Oh, hasting only applies to my party, it doesn't apply to my summons. Oh, no, yes it does. Any other skeleton undead? Well, that was a very good round for McGrath. And I think maybe I will focus on ranged combat with Greyhoth for a bit. Arcane Shield, let's do that. and the summons can just fight each other. Will slowing even do much to some of you? And the rest... oh no, you're undead. Okay, still shielded. Let's go. Wait, did slowing actually work on Greyhoth? Cool. Well, fire's not going to do anything. Lightning spray's a little weak. Ice lances he might be vulnerable to, but their damage is garbage because it's pretty low-level spell. More arcane blow it is. Oh, that's one of my bats, okay. Okay, and vulnerability has worn off. Divine Restoration, full heal! Ah, nice! Greyhoth's back arches. He opens his fanged mouth and emits a shrill, deafening noise. Its half angry roar and half desperate gurgle, as his ravaged form attempts in vain to hold on to life. And then he falls. His massive reptilian body collapses to the ground. Moments later, it catches fire. You step back, shielding your eyes, and his foul form burns away. The rock underneath bubbles and melts. Then, with a final cloud of sulphurous gas, Greyhoth is gone. Dead. Avernum is rid of him forever. You look around. The tiny, foul creatures gibbering in the corner have fled. The passages are quiet. Greyhoth's demons are gone, if there were any of them left alive. You are victorious! Oh! The RNG was in my favor, and also I had some better strats. More levels! Actually, let's... end combat, then I can loot. Blessed Cloak, unidentified plate mail, unidentified greatsword, a basic charm, which is proof against acid. Okay, I've got a dragonskin cloak, another dragonskin cloak, a blessed cloak. Everyone's got a blessed. Now, I do still have to make my way out of here somewhere. And you adorable little nuisance. A lovely dining table. A lovely hot tub for demons. lovely bed and grey mold salve and steel halberd. I don't actually need grey mold salve right now. And I can make more if I want to. If I have grey mold. Now, you know what? I'm swiping the grey mold salve. You enter Greyhoth's treasure room. There are 4 huge chests in the middle of the chamber, bulging with treasure. As you enter, the 2 statues at the east end of the chamber start to move, slowly at first, then faster. They lumber towards you. Oh boy. They're just golems. I've gotten kinda used to dealing with golems in this episode. Proximity of that dinner table, hot tub, and bed. Well, they did, after all, specify that demons like their debaucheries. Ooh, so many goodies. Can I even carry all of this stuff? Dragonskin cloak is worth a fair bit. Blessed cloak protects from 1/1 plus 2. Dragonskin, roughly the same amount of protection, and magical protection from fire. Maybe that's part of why I haven't been taking so much damage from lava. Ooh, knowledge brew. That weighs too much. And I am carrying too many things. I might dump the single-use Rod of Major Calling. I think I'm going to drop some of my lower value treasures. £70 plate mail, though. That's going to be hard to work around. Actually, not that hard. Oh, Theo, not again. Anyway, chests bulging with treasure, you said. This massive stone chest is covered with protective glyphs. Strange, arcane magical symbols cover the stone. The container also radiates heat, noticeable even in this sweltering chamber. As you try to open the box, the heat starts to burn you. You lift the lid, and searing light is starting to shine out of the opening. Well, 3 of my characters do have fireproof cloaks. With one final agonized push, you fling the box open. You can barely see the golden jewels which fill the box. Your sight of them is obscured by the gouts of flame that are pouring out of the box, filling the treasure chamber and beyond. You try to run, you don't make it. Oh no. Oh no, I don't think I saved after killing Greyhoth. No! No! Arg! And apparently I've just hit 3 hours on this live stream, so I'm gonna say that 2, 3. I'm going to defeat Greyhoth again next time I live stream this, because I don't feel like going through that battle a 3rd time tonight. Oof. Well, thanks everyone for watching and commenting and being good sports. And I will see you next time I livestream Avernum. So, have a good one, everybody. Take care. And etc. Good night, everyone.